Welcome to Clemson Sports News and All In with CSN. It's Happy Hump Day here. It's Wednesday in Clemson. A little overcast outside. A little storm cloud coming over the house right about now. But sitting there ready to talk some football. It's all about football. We got a couple things to talk about here. Those sports are here. Everybody's on campus. First day of classes were today. Again, we're going to say, hey, guys, it's All In with CSN, and we're sponsored by Ingles. Love the low prices, love the savings. Ingles. You got guys at Benson Ford over there in Easley, South Carolina. Mr. Crow and that bunch on 123. And then you got the guys over at Oakway Tractor in Seneca over there on the way to Westminster. That'd be Andy and the family. So, guys, again, a lot going on football-wise. No injury news. That's good to report so far. We had our last practice availability of the week on yesterday. Our staff was down there. We got some stuff uploaded. We got Cade Klubnik and Christopher Vazina interviews that we did at the Clemson football facility uploaded. You can go look at those on our social media feeds and on the homepage later on tonight. Lot going on. All-American list came out. USA Today dropped their All-Americans. The top 25. The All-Americans first team. Clemson ties with Penn State with three players as first team unanimous All-Americans, and that would be Cade Klubnik as your first team quarterback. TJ Parker and Peter Woods are on the first team defense, and I think Avion Terrell and Antonio Williams got second team in their respective position groups. So, Blake Miller also got a second team nod. So there's 6 players, if I'm not mistaken, were on this list. But man, we go back to all the awards, and we'll go another award, the Johnny Unitas Award for the nation's best quarterback. Obviously, Cade Klubnik is on that watch list. Was also released yesterday. Just a lot going on there with that stuff because everywhere you look on every watch list, every All-American list, every All-Conference list, it's just full of Tigers. You go to the All-ACC list and it's all Clemson guys. It's looking like it did back in the 80s and then again that 2015 to 2020 era. Right there when we had those national championships come into play and you had some really serious NFL talent on the roster. So that's where you're standing today. You got that going on. You got everybody getting ready for the season. We're only less than 10 days away from the game with the guys. LSU roll up into town. And excuse my dog, my husky Jake is over here raising Cain. He's playing with my other dog Simon in the studio here. They're arguing over a ball. Imagine that. Like it's football, believe it or not. He's at my feet with it right now. So hey Jake, what's up, buddy? But a lot going on with the football. Basketball's on campus, and they're getting ready for things. They're only 75 days away from the first tip of basketball season, and they got a really cool roster. This is the first time I really paid attention to what he did in transfer portal. He went and picked out some really cool pieces this year in that roster. And I'll tell you, man, very impressed with what Brad Brownell was able to do in the offseason. I'm kind of really anxious to see how it all pans out when it does come to fruition later on here in October when they start, suiting up and tipping the ball off there at midcourt. And we'll have folks there covering that all year round. We just picked up a new intern in the last couple of days. I know we got another kid on campus. They'll be there giving us on-campus reporting. We're getting geared up and fired up for this next couple of weeks, football. But on Friday, this show will be live at 7 p.m. from the Kiwi Marina, Kiwi Shores. That is the restaurant and cantina. And we'll be located. We haven't decided if we're going to put it on stage or off to the side because I want to get a good view. We're going to knock down our traditional backdrop here and have the view of the lake and the mountains behind us. I think that's what we're going to go with on Friday. But look for us there. We're going to be doing some Tiger trivia section. We're going to ask questions and got some special guests and sponsors from other of our sponsors are going to step on board and say hello and talk to us a little bit about what they do. And it should be a good show. It'll be a Friday night, 7 p.m. from the Kiwi Shores Marina, and that's presented by Ingles and by Benson Ford and by Kiwi Oakway Tractor. The reason I mention these guys, these are our title and subtitle sponsors. We've got over 50-plus sponsors at Clemson Sports News, and if you would like to be a sponsor, just hit us up, clemsonsportsnews@gmail.com or Clemson marketing at clemsonsportsnews@gmail.com. Either one of those two addresses, you can hit us up and we'll be glad to send you out a package and get your business out here and exposed to what we just 6.7 million in the last 28 days. I just got the numbers today. We've now creeped up to 6.7 million. We've incrementally added about 50,000 new views per week in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So it's really getting up there, and football's coming. So we're going to probably double in all that, if not more, come football season. And that starts next week. So, guys, get ready for a great just info-filled next few months, because, I mean, once we start with football, we're going to go full bore. Like I told you, we're going to keep this show on Monday, Wednesday, and the Friday shows are going to be the Smoking Pig for the home games and travels for the away games. So we'll let you know where those are going to be. So, with all that being said, let's get back to talking some football. I tell you, if there's one thing I'm intrigued about, it's Adam Randall. The Adam Randall story coming out of camp is starting to really take hold and starting to make believers out of people like me. He's got some serious size on him now. He went to the weight room and really went down to town, especially on his lower body. He looks impressive in camp with the ball in his hands. I've watched some footage of him, and I've kind of went, wow. Wow. I mean, he's really quick in and out of his breaks. And again, this is all against wind. This isn't up against anybody. We haven't got to see him scrimmage or anything yet. So, I mean, but what we have gotten from our returns from people that have been on the scrimmage sites and seen him told me this guy is for real. And he's going to surprise people. And I think that was, quite confident with all that. And I think you're going to look for a really good performance from Adam Randall this year. I'm looking forward to see how he does, and I'm particularly want to see how this offensive line does in run and opening up holes against quality SEC type defensive lines. The LSU's, the South Carolinas. We've got to be able to run the football against those teams to open up the passing game. But just a ridiculous amount of talent out at the wide receiver position to talk about. But even in the running back, we talk about All-Americans again. Gideon Davidson was placed on several freshman All-American teams this week, going into the season. So that's another guy. I've been screaming about Gideon since we signed him, and I'm just very excited to see what he can do, because he's so versatile out of the backfield. I mean, think about this. You got Adam Randall, an ex-wide receiver. He didn't match up on a linebacker. What's going to happen? I mean, that's what you try to do when you're an offensive coordinator. When you got wide receivers matched up against linebackers, you're going to win. Well, guess what Adam Randall was? He was a wide receiver for 5 years. More than that, his entire football career. So you get him coming out of the backfield in motion, matched up on a linebacker. So you got the two of them in the backfield. Who's going to take which one? Because Gideon Davidson's a proven guy out of the backfield. Coming out of high school, he was known as a kid who was proficient getting touches, wheel routes, being multiverse in that third down guy. He's something that we watched Andre Ellington have to become. He's something we watched Travis Etienne have to become. They came in, both those guys by their senior year had learned how to catch the football. They had no nuances of all. They had learned all those little things while they were here, and they had to develop themselves. This kid comes in already developed in the passing game. He walks in the door already. This guy is I'm telling you, he's a ball of muscles. He's 5'9.5", maybe 5'10" if he's lucky, and he's all muscle. And he's got breakaway speed. He puts his foot in the ground, he finds the hole, and he's gone. If you watch his film, he's amazing. He gets out in his route, on the wheel routes, he finds open space, he gets the ball, he knows how he has great hands, and he has great footwork. Man, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this football team this year. First time in a while, I've had a lot of excitement about the football team I am this year. And again, we could lose the first game. This is a very talented game coming in. These guys at LSU are coming in with a roster loaded. They've got a quarterback just as talented as ours. They got wide receivers just as talented as ours. They got just linebackers, defensive line. They got it all. They got it all too. Except they're going to be playing at Clemson. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference here. I'm looking for a close game. Again, we won't break this game down for another 10 days. The 29th, the show with the Smoking Pig, is the LSU preview show. All right, that's going to be a big show. Eating some barbecue, hanging out with Mr. Devers and Mr. Morris over there at the barbecue. And it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night. But hey, I just tell you, when it comes to right now, it's the most exciting time to be around Clemson and Clemson sports. Kids just got in school again. First day of classes was today. The weather's starting to break. I saw the weather report next week. I saw it about midweek, about Tuesday, it's going to hit the 70s around here. And that's odd, because usually around here, it's around September, mid-September, it is hot. Usually, my birthday is September 20th. That's usually the day. I'm not kidding. Right around September 20th, that's the day that first cold hits. In that first night out there, it's 50 degrees and there's dew on the grass, and you wake up and you can see your breath. And then all of a sudden you're in October and it's beautiful and it's got the October blue skies, and it's just awesome. I love this time of year. I'm a big Indian summer kind of guy. I like it, where it's just cool, like, 75 degrees at its peak and no humidity. That's my kind of deal. I love that stuff, man. But yeah, Football, baseball, they're all on campus. Baseball is doing some stuff there down there. Soccer is firing up. They got a game on Saturday here on campus with USF. Then they got a game next week against Indiana, at Indiana. Let's see, the girls soccer team already picked up a win at Ohio on last weekend. They're going to be firing up again in a couple days. Lacrosse, volleyball, all on campus, ready to go. We're going to have reports from all of these sports, man. Tennis, golf, they've all checked in with me in the emails. I've got emails from all the sports information directors for each one of those sports. They've all hit us up. And I'll tell you, we're so excited about football this year. I keep saying that over and over. It's truly going to be a great year for everybody that follows Clemson football. Again, I'll say this again. Even in the result that you wouldn't like, maybe a loss in week one, this football team is probably still going to go 11-1, 10-2, win the ACC, going to be in the playoff. It's going to be a good year. Don't get your expectations to the point where they are bulletproof. No one's bulletproof in this year's 2025 NCAA I see. There's not a team out there that I can look at and go, there ain't nobody can whoop them. Now, Clemson 2016, I saw a team like that about week 5. And then all of a sudden Pittsburgh showed them what's up. Okay? So there you go. Okay? So just keep your expectation levels for a good year, and you'll be a happy camper and a happy tiger. I myself, I told you, I'm not going to give out my predictions for the season. As for the record, and I'm not going to give out my predictions for the games until we get to them, okay? Now, another thing we're going to do is the guys over at Pit Stop Auto, Dakota and the guys, they're the two best friends, man. They're the dandy duo. Those two fellas, they run that place together. It's right across from the Smoking Pig. They're going to be the sponsors of our Pick'em segment every week, and I'm going to drop that tonight. I'm going to drop it tonight, okay? It's going to be in a meme. You're going to see the games that you're allowed to pick. You pick those games, and you have to send them in to our email. And if you get all 6 right, you get a free gift. We'll send you a free gift, a shirt, free hat. We'll hook you up, okay? So the Pick'em contest sponsored by those guys. And we're going to go over those games with them on site every Friday at the Smoking Pig. Like the games I'm going to give you tonight, we'll go over them on Friday before the Smoking Pig. And we'll call them out, and we'll all make picks on those games, okay? So there you go. And get this, man. We got college football on Saturday. I'll say that again. There's college football on Saturday. There's 2 teams from Iowa State and Kansas State playing over in Ireland. And then there's a whole 4 or 5 games after that. Then Thursday next week, we got football. Friday next week, we got football. Saturday, Sunday, football. It's here, folks. I'm a happy camper. Been waiting all summer for it. And again, it says after that dry period. The dry period we always talk about. End of June to the end of July. Oh boy. It's one long month. July. July's just a long 31 days because it's all baseball and there's nothing else going on. So, hey, let's get going on here. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Short show tonight. Going to gear up for Friday. I got a lot of content for Friday. Go to ClemsonSportsNews.com. Check it out. Read the articles. Comment. Holler at us. Say hello. Go to our social media pages. I'm telling you, our Facebook page has now up to 28,000 and almost 29,000 followers. That page is on fire. It sees hundreds of thousands of views every day, and the content is everywhere. We put some really cool memes and some cool videos up there. Go check those out. I tell you, just get ready. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Clemson and what we call God's country. We'll talk to you guys again on Friday, live from the Kiwi Marina and Kiwi Shores. Until